Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. Buzzing topic all over social media, in a news and in a real life. Is that 9-year-old that the man jump over her fence, take her out and fling her in a barrel on Friday. He was caught a couple of days later in a Clarendon. Police say shootout he was taken out. DEAD on the spot went to go see his maker. Well, people, we're going to hear from the relevant authority, meaning system, DPP Paula Llewellyn, explaining everything as to why this man was out on bail and as to why the DPP's office want judge trial as it pertains to children that touch up are taken out. She's going to give you a case in which the mother of the child heard that the father of the child was actually touching her up, penetrating her, and she said, but Anna, nothing that. So people, I want you to take a listen, take a look to what the DPP has to say, and then I give my piece.
Both of them, after the toddler had returned to the hospital with broken arm, and seemed to have been left in the care of the hospital. Consequent to that, both Mr. Ellis and his girlfriend were taken in by the police, and I believe the investigations commenced, and I see where the original charges against both for assault occasioning grievous bodily harm, which is an offense in the parish court, aiding and abetting child abuse to the child, and child abuse. However, from what I've seen on our detailed endorsements on the file, while the male accused, Mr. Ellis, continued before the court, and we had indicted him for the 4 counts of causing grievous bodily harm with intent, it would appear that the female, his former co-accused, seemed to not be making herself available.
A case I prosecuted where the accused was on his veranda cooking on the coal stove, and he had his stepdaughter, who was 9, in a dress. The neighbor, who is very fast, was passing and saw the man with the child on his lap, moving the child up and down. And she realized what was happening. And she bawled out. And he pushed the child, and lo and behold, what was there but an erect penis? The lady said, and that was led in evidence, after that I know nothing. And that is what feeds a lot of the sexual molestation, the careless parenting. And I'm here to tell you that you will have mothers who pimp out their daughters, whether in terms of human trafficking or otherwise. And it can end in murder. Now, when we realized that there was a disconnect and that the interests of justice would be better served to have it as a judge alone scenario, so that we would not have that obstacle in having the jury deal with such a sensitive arena in terms of the assessment of credibility, which is usually at the heart of human trafficking cases.
So people, you heard what the DPP has to say. Worming our way, trying to get out of taking accountability, responsibility as the head of the justice system. Meaning that this man was out on bail for breaking up the hand of a little picnic, 2-year-old. He and the mother, baby mother and baby father were charged, broke up the little picnic hand, went to court. The court deemed it right, justified, to give him $300,000 bail. The mother, plea bargain, the mother was supposed to be the state, turned against the baby father. However, we know said that was a plan and a plot and a scheme by a lot of these scruff, worthless women in a Jamaica, where they take up for the man, put the penis in front of the picnic. So you hear the DPP also explain a case in which a neighbor was passing neighbor spot a lion neighbor doing her civic duty. Saw the man hump the little picnic, put the little picnic up and down, him little pianist. Shout out, tell the mother say, I know not that. So what this speaks, it speaks volume of that. Not only are you having men out there that are touching up these little picnic, but you also have the women, the mothers, parents, family members, guardians that are also facilitators of the FUCKRY. So people, we heard what the DPP says trying to justify why this man might have been out on bail. Even after not one, not two, not three previous case, he was out on bail for this case where him and the mother broke up the little picnic between one or the two of them. She spoke about the facilitators, meaning mother's girlfriend, baby mother that are shielding these criminal elements. She spoke about judge-only trial, wherein if there's a trial, whether it is jury or judge, if the case is overwhelming, meaning the evidence, then that person should be convicted. However, we see that she's doing damage control and she's trying to make up all sorts of excuses. I am going to let you hear from a lady. Her name is Shani Bowden. She's a part of the Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network. And she's going to explain this is not an isolated incident where men are out on bail doing the same old thing, repeat offenders. And the system need to check themselves. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Our policymakers must get to work to ensure that even at the level of accusation, children are protected from possible harm. The nation is rightfully outraged because this is not an isolated situation. It happens far too often. What do we need to do to ensure that an accused who is on bail for offenses against children cannot find themselves in a position to inflict harm on another child?
So people, we heard from the DPP, we hear from Mrs. Bowden. 2 sides to every story. 3 sides, sorry. What is the truth? Is the DPP's office, is the system really at the best interest of children? Are they doing all that they can do, or are they caught lapsing, slipping, dropping the ball, fumbling cases, leaving children the most vulnerable out there at harm's risk, their lives, their health at risk? I think that is the case. So we hear this lady, Miss Bowden, is letting us know that, listen, you need to take accountability. You need to take responsibility. You need to make amendments, justice, rules, and laws that keep these persons behind bars whenever they are charged for specific crimes, as in the case of this 9-year-old that lost her life. So people, like I said, there are always 2 to 3 sides. We heard from the DPP. We heard from Ms. Bowden. However, very significantly, the mother of Mr. Ellis, the suspect before he was taken out, she did an interview, and this is exactly what she said. As she bring him come, so therefore she can take him out. If she ever buck him up, or if the police buck him up, make sure that he sees his maker and not the judge, because it is a waste of money, waste of time for him to waste taxpayers' money. So people, I want you to listen to an edited version of exactly what the mother had to say in that interview, and then I'll give my piece.
If this are go out to the public, anyway, you catch him, you kill him. Anybody at all catch him, kill him.
The police advising against jungle justice.
Really? Me ask the police, they really want to catch a man like that and carry me for damn taxpayers' money? Miss, when me see him, I couldn't recognize him, we and get fat. In a jail in there and get fat, but in there road, fat and look good, so. He might get 3 meals a day, sometimes they even have 1 for the day.
So you wouldn't want for them to bring him in?
Him no fi go in alive, miss. Miss, him no fi go in alive. And me give birth to him, and me a taught that. him no figure in alive. Me tell that to the police them pan them face and tell them say if me face him, me a kill him. Cause me not make him force me and kill me. Cause no him bring me come here, me bring him come here. And before me make him kill me, me kill him. People not understand and them a say what them want to say and them no know nothing. Him do not grow with me. So the one who come out of the house, yeah. Him and my daughter me grow. The father take him away from my 2-year-old, me left him father. And my 2-year-old, my father came to go court and take him away. It was an abusive relationship and me did make up my mind say me not stay in it. Me leave. Father came to court, take him away. Him not tell him say him came go court and take him away from me, you know. Him tell him say me run away.
So people, there you have it. The mother say, and me bring him come, and how he goes out. If it is not me, I can give authorization that the police please to take him out. And the police did take that advice because the police did take him out. Based on his criminal past, based on the recent history, as in on Friday at Joblin, justice was served. Judge, jury, and also the executioner, Popo style, justified. So people will come to the realization that this man was out on a case in which him ABUSE, a little 2-year-old picnic. I am going to let you hear a lady that was on an interview with Andre Stevens explaining the details as to exactly what took place in that case. And then I'll give my piece. Take a listen, take a look.
So you're telling me he spent 3 years in prison for you? He
Yeah.
did
And
something.
he must get 3 years for the girl before me.
And he had 3 years for the girl, the 9-year-old before.
Yeah.
So that's 6 years.
Bill the other day for a 1-year-old baby when that try for this, and the mother must come catch him and him broke the baby arm and bite the baby in her back because he not get some sorry and run off.
What you say he did with that 1-year-old?
Yeah. Try for this baby and the mother hear the baby a ball and go to the house. So when you see mother come, he broke the baby arm and bite the baby in her back.
The bail that he came out on 10 days ago was for a 1-year-old child.
1-year-old baby, yes. The baby on.
And bite the baby in the back.
Nine back.
So people, you heard it for yourself. Previous convictions, previous case, the 3 year for one, 3 year for your next, was on bail for one, plus others. I am going to let you take a listen, take a look to a video that is making its round on social media, with persons giving details of other cases that this man is alleged to have been involved in. That includes Little Picnic, includes the most atrocious stuff imaginable. Take a listen, take a look.
You know what the granny say? The boy will rip off the little 9-year-old girl and kill her and police kill him. Today, the granny say him off 4 little underage picnic and Portmore already, 4 of them. And they fuck 2 at Kingston, that's 6. And the girl that will come kill now and Ray make 7. And him fuck, him a try fuck a little baby, we are 9 months old. And when him couldn't fuck her, him broke the picnic and I bite the picnic in her back, little 9 months year-old picnic. So now sister that the body a pervert. It's the end of a blood clot thing there, one of the where the place name China are blood clot thing there, Russia, or North Korea. Let me tell you what would have got jail. The mother, the father, and the sister and the brother them would have got jail. I want the granny and the auntie them would have jail.
Generation curse, man.
So people, when we do the mathematics and hear all of the allegations against him, cases that are documented in our courts, it is quite obvious that this man was the worst of the worst. However, like I've always said, Sometimes they come from dysfunctional home. Sometimes the parents are facilitator. In the interview with the mother, she claims that him supposed to go. However, with the interview, based on what this man is saying, with the grandmother, she said the mother actually loved the boy and the mother hide him and shield him. So we say it seems as if the mother is also hypocritical. The mother is speaking from both sides of her mouth. If this was some other place, everybody, the family would have to go. Usually in a Jamaica, the people that also facilitate the FUCKRY, them usually get the Tarzan and Jane justice. Luckily for this mother, or maybe she is coming out and saying the police is to take him away before the police actually take him away because she did not want to get the sins of the son and the mother. Would it have been justified? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is quite obvious that this is the season where these elderly men feel as if them have the rights to touch up the little pit of them, jump over them fence and put them little teely in them. Well, it is also the season that these people that are responsible for stuff like this is going to get taken out, getting badly beaten or getting mobbed by people in the district. I am speaking about a 50-year-old man that is said to have been accused of touching up a little 6-year-old picnic that is in a place known as Leeds District, that is in St. Elizabeth. Based on information, it is said that the community got wind that this man had touched up the little picnic and the people rush him. Him try to take away himself. However, he was not fast enough for that angry mob. Them hold on to him and them beat him. Unfortunately for Jamaica, the St. Elizabeth police was quick on the spot. Don't you notice they're always present when they're the least needed? When they are mostly needed, them nana gas, them nana vehicle. Them hold on upon this man, and while in the commission of giving him the Tarzan and Jane justice, the police inconveniently intervened. He was rushed to the hospital. He will be charged for his offenses. Unfortunately, the people of Leeds District did not get the opportunity that they deserve to hold court right on the spot, be the judge, jury, and the executioner. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, continuing on the theme of petty season, meaning men and women that are out there, a touch up on an ABUSE picnic. This even gets worse because we're speaking about a case of a St. Catherine-based pastor, leader of a church, and his wife. Based on the information, court documentation, he used to touch up the little picnic, lick up the little picnic. Apparently, that little picnic went to school, told the teacher suspect something. Them call the police. The police call him, question him. He then went to the school of this little youth, drape up the little picnic and clot him, punch him up, give him couple elbow, rate, lele, blah, blah, blend. The case went to court on or about the 20th of February 2024. He was sentenced less than a day or so ago. He was given 12 months imprisonment. And the reason for the 12 months custodial sentence, based on what the judge said, is because of the seriousness of the crime. Now, people, I don't know if these judges are holding sympathy party, or them are some sorts and none, or them have too much sympathy in them or something. But I don't understand a man will touch up a little picnic, clot up a little picnic. That is supposed to be somebody that knows better, the leader of a church and his wife. Do something like this and the sentence is not extreme. Based on what the judge said, this sentence reflects the crime that he did. So 12 months to touch up a little picnic. Do you know? Maybe you don't live in the United States. If this case was probably in the United States, any of those 50 states or so, that person and his wife, meaning co-defendant, would have probably more than likely gotten about 30 years life imprisonment for that. The wife is supposed to be sentenced, I think, this Friday or next Friday because she plea bargained. Here again, we see a case of a man that is the stepfather, not the biological father of this child. Touch up, beat up the little pitney, then go to court, go to the pitney school, clot him up, go to court, and the judge throw a sympathy party, give him 12 months and say that the crime is extreme, so the punishment is extreme. 12 months, 1 year, no more. Only in a Jamaica, sad state of affair, and this is yet an perfect example, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.